Okay, so right now I'm just currently doing some craft work. I'm kind of re-gluing the bottom of the sewer base there, and while I'm at it, I thought I might as well do the odd couple buildings for some of my dios just to fill in some room. What I think I want to do is I'll try and make a building just out of the foam here. I'm probably gonna end up having one kind of in the front here, and then glue two to the side, and then one at the top for like the roof there. Um, and probably cut some strips and cut them down to make windows and different details like the doors and whatnot. And I'll probably be doing the same for this guy here, where I'll be doing the frames for the window and then probably the door and whatnot. Probably going to be a fairly simple video, just if you're interested in making some building stuff. I haven't done just like a regular building kind of craft video in a minute, so if you're interested, this might be the video for you. And currently right now I'm just in the process of just cleaning up my diorama stuff. When I do stop motion videos, there's always a bunch of figures everywhere, different accessories and whatnot, so I am just kind of trying to tidy up the certain different dio areas that I got going on. And what I want to do is make a couple more buildings just for the background here. So the buildings are going to be a bit smaller. That's what the foam ones will be for. And looking at this area here, I might even just make a silhouette of buildings in the background as well, what with foam. So I'll show you what I mean by that. It's just going to be cutting out the certain shape I'd like, probably painting it black, and then I might glue it to the back of the buildings, but I probably won't, so I don't know, we'll see. Right, so this is kind of what I got going on so far. I still am going to glue the bottom and the top here, as well as putting the back. I just kind of want to use the foam, so if you don't have like cardboard around, or if you want to try and attempt making this yourself, literally all you'll need is foam, scissors, and hot glue, and some paint, and you're good to go. And like I've said in previous videos, I just get all my craft stuff from the dollar store, fairly cheap, so if you want to attempt making some of this stuff yourself, it's not too harsh on the old wallet. So, and with these bad boys right here, I'm gonna be gluing them on the windows, kind of deal, like so. One thing you can probably also do before you start gluing it together is with the foam here. It's very cool to like add certain details. You can just kind of engrave it into the building like that. So a bunch of different cracks and details, just because I like adding all of these little details in my work, and it kind of adds to the vibe of my dioramas. They're very comic book inspired. There's a lot of cross hatching and different shading and stuff like that. So having all these little details in here first, and then painting over it, it will fill in those cracks, and then I can dry brush over top of it, whatever color I decide to make the building. Maybe I'll do a blue. I don't think I've done like a blue building. Why not? Am I right? You know what I'm saying? I really do enjoy using the foam though, because it's kind of just using the same detail I would as if I were drawing, like just cross hatching the shadows in the corner. It's like reverse drawing, I don't know. Adding all the different cracks and stuff in the building, and then afterwards I will have little brick details like so, and then And these guys will also have detail, and I usually like to kind of make them all a bit more unique, have certain cuts and gashes and little nicks and stuff like that, whatever it may be. So I'm actually really enjoying using the foam. It just makes it a lot easier for details.
Before time began, there was the rectangle.
Okay, so this is kind of where it's at right now. Got all the little details kind of on each side there. This is going to be the roof. I might even make either a fan, maybe a chimney or something, I don't know. But I think it might also be cool to maybe paint the sides gray and then paint red or blue and then have both sides be the front of a building, so I could use either side, and having the gray would work for both. Or maybe I might make each side a different color, like red bricks, brown bricks, and then like blue or whatever it may be. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I don't know, rectangle, I don't know. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at so far. Got a bunch of different details here, and again, this is probably better for like 3.75 Marvel figures or G.I. Joes or Star Wars, whatever. Maybe not Star Wars, I don't think they got like Mirage looking buildings in Star Wars, but you get what I mean. If you want to do this for 6-inch stuff, you probably need to change the size, but these one's good. But with this guy here, I think I'm just gonna cut this a little bit to have this be the door itself, and maybe, you know what, I might even just do, I might just cut this in half, have these be 2 windows, and then make the door, and then again, I'll throw the little bricks in there, and then after that, I think I'm good to paint. I just kind of had an idea get sparked up here, so I have an idea to start a Wolverine versus Sabretooth stop motion, and I want it to start off with Logan in a bar, and Sabretooth is like tracking him down, and eventually they start scrapping. So what I think I want to do with this bad boy is kind of make it a bar, kind of have it be sideways like that instead of doing the traditional kind of like upwards building that the other one's gonna turn into. I'm gonna go on Google and look at different pictures of bars, but I'm probably just gonna have the door there. I don't think I'm gonna have any character. I mean, I do the same thing with that. Like I was saying, like I'm not gonna have any characters actually coming out of the door. Like the size, my sizing is all off with the background stuff, because for me it's just the background. It's the background. We got the background, we got the foreground, and we got the characters fighting. We got a little plane. So I'm gonna look up some bar, and I'm gonna show you what I'm. What cardboard do I have hiding? I think it's time to paint stuff. I love painting. Actually, painting's kind of mid. The first coat, like painting the coats of like black, like 2-3 layers of that is so boring. I have no patience for certain things. Even like letting the hot glue gun warm up, I'm like, nah. I need hot glue now. I want to get this done, bruh. I want to see the finished product. I have no patience. Who left these hands everywhere? But here's the building, ready to be painted black, and then I will go over it with dry brushing of different colors afterwards. I don't think I'm gonna film me painting it black. I'm just painting it all black for all 3 of them. So you can fill in the blank there. It's gonna be painted black. In this home, I don't mess around with putting it on like I go straight to the canvas. Oh hell yeah! More cardboard acquired, gang. All right, so I added some other cardboard on the bottom of like the sewer here and painted it up just so I could have it be a bit more thick and sturdy, so it's not always collapsing when the roof is on there. Heck yeah, not falling. It used to collapse right here and they'd be like, see ya, I'm heading out, and it was getting inconvenient, but that works out a lot better. I have some stuff I still need to paint on there. We're moving on over here. This is how the building's looking. Ooh, he definitely he stuck to the bottom. He stuck onto the poster, that's for sure. There we go. There's still some little cracks I need to paint over with black as well, but not looking too bad. Again, my favorite part is just the dry brushing, so I'll be getting gray and stuff for the roof, and maybe on some of the buildings, and then I'll give them their main colors. What the heck are you doing on the bottom of that? And over on this side here, that's looking good. It's kind of I'm lazy and I really don't want to paint black in all these little cracks, so I might actually not, just because it's kind of annoying getting in there. Bruh, there's still so much. I might just do it anyways. But for the bar, I'm gonna dry brush it brown and then have make the door kind of deal like that, and then have some kind of over the front there. Yeah, so time to paint, I guess. Okay, so with this guy here, I gave it like a brown coat first, dark brown, and then I went over top of it and I lightly dry brushed different shades of lighter brown, and I have added some Sharpie detail to give that kind of comic book look to it. I haven't really gotten to that building yet, but I've added the red and the lighter pink shading over top of it. This has been a little side project I've been working on. As these guys are drying, it's just gonna be part of a sewer tunnel. And here is the building. I've added different shades of blue and then the cross hatching over top of it. And I went with blue on the side, and over here I went with red. Red again, and that is going to be the start to just some graffiti, and then a nice gray roof there at the top, so I can have it in shots where it can be angled like that, where you see both sides of it, or reversed like that, or it'll be either maybe next to a building and it's the side of one, or it'll be front facing you like that. So there's some variety there. I will show you what that looks like. Actually, I can show you that right now next to all the other buildings. Always such a mess. And there it is, just kind of thrown into random little setup there. I will find a better home for it a bit later in a different video when I get this kind of situation filled out. But I think that will do it for this building here. I'll show you what that graffiti will look like, and I will show you the finished up building of that guy and the bar, and then this video will be all finished up and I can start work on that Logan versus Sabretooth video. Alright, so this is how the front of the bars turned out so far. I'm enjoying how it's looking. I might still add a couple more details afterwards, but the overall bar look here, I think it turned out looking alright. It's kind of giving off the vibe that I wanted. I'm probably gonna go in and maybe add a bit more paint and cross hatching, just add a bit more detail to make it look a little bit more like a comic book, kind of popping out at you. Got Wolverine stumbling out of the bar. Then there is the stands, which is obviously a reference to Stan Lee. But I'm liking how it's turning out. It's kind of cool seeing a different building that's in the front there in the Dio. So with the building here, I added a little bit more dry brushing on the front of the door. Got some more graffiti that I'm working on, and there's the stop on the side there, and this little side project as well of the little sewer pipe thing. Got moss and different shades of green that are kind of in the sewage water there, and this will be cool to add to the sewer dial that I made, and kind of, oh fuck, it's still fucking wet, bruh. And then with this building here, I still need to cut out, I think I'm gonna go with the yellow foam and then have those for the windows, and then probably with thin strips of the foam as well, paint those gray and kind of give them the windowsill, and then this bad boy will be fairly close to being done as well. I'll probably add cross hatching and stuff to this guy too, but we're getting there. This video's almost done. Every time I want to like start one of these like craft videos, they always take way longer than I expect. Turns into a couple days. So he's not Gotti, anyone? Gotti, dude. Alright, so for the most part here, I think the building is more or less done. I'm probably still just going to add a bunch of different cross-hatching off screen, but again, I think it's more or less done. I can throw it up in the diorama there. There it is, set up next to one of the Mirage Turtles there. It's all kind of same vibe I got going on for all of my dioramas, the different comic book cross hatching and stuff like that. The lighting really isn't the best in here, but there's the different shades of red. And moving over here, there is the finished bar scene as well, which I've already started animating with. And again, there's probably other people out there that can make a more realistic look for a lot of these, but I lean very heavily in the comic book kind of vibe for a lot of these. And then there's that last building over there as well, which has all the different graffiti. I don't recall if I've shown all the different sides in this video, but if I want, you could throw in the blue version of the building as well. But I think that's going to be all for this video. It quickly turned into a longer video than I expected and took a lot longer to do, as these usually do. But 3 different building ideas that you can attempt to make yourself if you want to make some comic looking dioramas for your own stop motion videos. You boys been very drained lately, so I just want to kind of get this video out there for everyone to enjoy. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. These nuts Gotti.